Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. My name is Gregg Prescott from In5D.com, and you're tuned into another Spirit Chat. And tonight we're going to be talking about I catch my breath, twin flames. Yay. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it here. But first, we're going to go into our Oracle cards, and our first Oracle card of the night is from John Holland's Spirit Messages cards. And tonight we have Inspire Passion. Okay, this is a great card. Unfortunately, it's got like an orangish and yellow, and it's really hard if you're colorblind to read. So I'll hold it up here, and maybe you can read along with me, or enjoy our color blindness together if you're colorblind also. Life devoid of passion can be boring, uninspired blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now it's time to reignite your passion and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set goals which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. So what you might want to consider, we've talked about this before here on In5D chat, but you might want to consider just surrendering, right? Just falling back, knowing that creator, source, universe, whatever it is that is your higher source, higher power is there to catch you. And it can't ever hurt to do that, once a month if you want, and once a week, every other day, I don't care. Surrender, I give up. And just know that creator, source, universe is there, has your back. So let's move on to our Goddess Guidance Oracle card next up right now. And this one is Hathor, and the word of the day there is receptivity. So allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. A lot of us are service to others. We have a hard time. We give, have a hard time asking anyone for anything. I'm guilty. Most of you guys are guilty of that. But have faith in yourself, and that there are a lot of good people out there that will help as well. So moving on, we have this. We have our tarot cards. I used a different tarot deck. I just got it in today. It's the Celestial Tarot, and it's pretty cool. And our first card is the Hermit, which we have been seeing a lot. A lot of people, a lot of the tarot card readers have been getting this a lot. The Hermit, going within, quarantined, right? As we all are, so staying inside, quarantine, being right there, and going within. And the Hanged Man, things may not be as they seem, right? The Hanged Man is upside down. Here's the Hanged Man. It's like right there. But you see these white horses moving forward despite, the Hanged Man just hanging, chilling out. But yeah, things are moving forward. Things may not be what they seem, but things are moving forward. And how does this all tie in together? Well, we have the King of Pentacles. This card has been coming up, whether I'm drawing for myself, drawing for other people, drawing for us as a group, drawing for Allie and myself. This card just keeps coming up, the King of Pentacles. And this is abundance. I mean, there is abundance coming, whether it's, spiritual, financial, whatever. Maybe there is something. I kept talking about that on the New Year's Eve prediction show, that we will be going to a gold-backed currency. And it kind of makes sense with this COVID-19. Maybe they will have to get rid of all the money, right? Burn the money. And what a great opportunity now that the Federal Reserve has been taken in by the Treasury. What a great time for that to happen. So maybe this is what that's about. I don't know. I would like to think that it's spiritual abundance that we're all getting ready to receive, perhaps DNA upgrades or something along that line. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so today's high pitch frequency is in the key of B minor. So if you are experiencing any high pitched frequencies of the B minor, you will probably feel something in your crown chakra It could even be headache related. If you've been having headaches, that could be related to a crown chakra high pitch frequency. B major mantra is I understand and or I know. I know. Jupiter is the planet that's associated with it. And in the more info section of this video, I will put the links to these really cool articles about crown chakras. But a little bit more on crown chakras. I believe we had this the last spirit chat that we had. So at some point you may experience a tingling sensation on the top of your head. It's possible that you may also experience headaches or migraines as well. These high pitch frequencies are attuning and realigning our energy centers. In today's case, it's the crown chakra. So yeah, that's what we're looking at there. I want to take a peek real quickly too at today's Schumann resonance. As we see, we've had these blasts that are going on, or perhaps pulsations. Let's take a closer look at this. So we see pulses going on here and here and here, and it's pretty, it's pretty consistent going on. And what we're looking at as well is, once again, we're seeing this Morse code kind of thing going across at the 24 marker and at the 16 marker as well. What we're noticing though is, check this out. Now, what we see this 7.83 is Earth's resonant frequency, but okay, what's going on here? Huh? We got this line going across here now. Looks like something perhaps right here, and another one going on here. There's a lot of energy going on. A lot of pulsating energy, because when you're looking at these lines like this, that's like bam, it's a pulse. And these are smaller pulses right here, and this is like more, this is what it should be, actually more like right in this tiny little area right here, but not even so, because you still have the energy right here and here. What it typically would look like would just be this line 783 going across. You wouldn't have this stuff here and these little dotted marks here. The typical Earth resonance frequency would be right here, but what we're seeing right here, this is energy that's coming in, and it comes in at different frequency levels. So we got a definite level right here, right around, I would say 13, 14 or so going across. And then at the 16, we have the Morse code, the dot, dot, dot kind of thing going on. And once again, at 24, we have the same thing with that little dot, dot, dot. So there is this pulsating energy frequency that's going on right now. So it's pretty cool. Pay attention to what's going on with the Schumann resonance and how it is making you feel, because it does all tie together with how many of us are feeling. And this is how we put the pieces of the puzzle together. I'd like to remind you guys too, if you'd like to help support this channel, seeing how we're massively shadow banned, any support would be greatly appreciated. You can support for as little as $1.11 a month. You'll get notified for videos like this on Zoom, on Patreon via Zoom. You're the first ones to know. So you also get listed on our Eternal Gratitude page, Wall of Eternal Gratitude page, on both Patreon and In5D. That's pinned to the top of our homepage as well. And then for $5.55, we have all that, plus ad-free articles and the Insiders Club private chat, which comes up on this Wednesday. I believe that is the 6th, May 6th. So that's coming up on Wednesday, our Insiders Club chat. That is not published on YouTube. As a matter of fact, that's not published anywhere. Join us on that chat, and then it just disappears. But what comes there stays there, and always have some great topics that we're talking about. So check that out. For $11.11, you get all that in the previous 2 tiers, plus afterthoughts and exclusive mid-month energy report video. That'll be coming out in a couple weeks as well. So we got in total 6 levels. Any support is greatly appreciated. Also, I want to turn you guys on to this In5D quantum tie-dye. That's in5d.net versus .com. I just uploaded 28 new shirts, I think. So a bunch of the new 7 chakra gemstone shirts, which have 2 different gemstones in each one of the dies on top of the 99.9% quartz crystal sand. So I made a bunch of those. I was almost out of these as well. The Galaxy Spiral, they just about sold out. So I made a bunch of those as well. And also beacons of light, which were running very, very low. So we got a bunch of those in as well. Today I made some different Galaxy Spirals, the all chakra ones, but this time it's from the spirals from the side working its way out. And I did that on a few different shirts. I also will be working on some 7 chakra ice dies, 1 in each color, or I'm sorry, 1 in each size, small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. And those will be coming up here real soon. So I want to point you over to this article, which we're going to be checking out. How do I know if I have found my twin flame? Hell if I know, right? Oh, I know. This is an article that was written by a friend of mine and his wife, Max and Lana. They wrote this article probably 2010, 2011, something like that. It's been on In5D for quite a while, but thought I would share it with you because there's 25 signs that help you tell whether you have found your twin flame or not. The term twin flame is becoming increasingly acknowledged and familiar in the metaphysical realm, especially as the number of twin flame relationships seem to skyrocket, most likely to help our world with the unique energies, perspectives, and power that twin flame reunions create. A twin flame is quite literally the soul's other half, which parted before entering the third dimensional experience and human incarnation. Up until recently, most twin flame halves did not incarnate at the same time, but took turns supporting each other through respective human lifetimes. And that's what I thought happened to me back in 2007 or so. It was before I had my galactic download, was when I had that vision of my twin flame. And all I remember was her eyes, her nose, and her smile. And I thought, well, because it was in my dream, she was on the other side of the veil. As it turned out, I was wrong. So yeah, flash forward to people who haven't heard this story. Flash forward to January of this year. I was going through Todd Medina's friend list because we were having a beach meetup together. And I wanted to make sure that anybody that had sent a friend request that was friends of his were also friends of mine. So I was going through and making sure that, you know, if there was a friend request, I would automatically just honor that. And so I'm scrolling. And then there it was. There, I saw it. There was the eyes, the nose, and the mouth that I had seen in my dream. And that was of Allison Jane's, Allie. And my heart went, I gasped. My heart just started pattering. But I couldn't, you know, what are you going to do? I knew it was her, but I couldn't tell her that. So I sent her a friend request. So here she is. She's stalking me in my dreams, right? So I had to stalk her back apparently. So I friended her, and I made arrangements to, well, I would watch all of her videos and, you know, her live chats and everything. I never asked for anything. I never asked for a reading from her, free reading, but I did make arrangements to have a reading with her. But I couldn't tell her, hey, I'm your twin. You're my twin. That would have been crazy, right? So it wasn't until the end of March that I had my reading with her. And it went so fantastically well. We went well over 2 hours. And it just, we would get so tangential that we'd talk about things and get led elsewhere. And it was like miles away from where our original chat was about the card reading, but still somewhat related. And we just had all these commonalities. And there's a lot of really strange things. I think we're up to like 45 right now. We're keeping count of really strange things that we have in common with one another. So yeah. But getting back to what the article was saying, I thought at the time in 2007 that Allie was on the other side of the veil, that my twin flame was on the other side of the veil trying to help me. Now, yours might be, or it might not be. He or she may still be out there, or you might be with him or her. But if they are on the other side of the veil, then surely they want you to find love and to be loved. But don't give up the fact that they still could be here, and it might not be in your geographical location. Matter of fact, I got a message from a friend of mine who said she was very encouraged that Allie and I had found each other, and that her twin flame is Indian. I think she's out in the UK as well. So who knows? Put it out there. And I have a feeling that when Allie came to me in my dream, that was after I had been divorced for the second time. It was before my galactic download even. So she may have even played a part in giving me that galactic download to put me on the path to be able to meet her down the road. Because on the other side of the veil, there's no time. We're just inserting different points in linear time and space. But so she may have been the one that was responsible for helping get me that galactic download. I don't know. One way or the other, though, we ended up meeting, and it's fantastic. So if yours is on the other side of the veil, he or she probably is helping you in some facet to be exactly where you need to be doing whatever it is that you need to be doing. And or your twin flame may be here as well. So keep that door open. So moving on, the twin flame partners are incarnating together in great numbers with special purposes of helping to maintain timelines, protect and augment energies, and move our world forward, particularly in times ahead. Since many soulmate connections are also quite compelling, familiar, and strong, how do you know whether you've really found your partner of ultimate destiny or twin flame? Well, here's 25 attributes of a twin flame relationship. Number 1, you had dreams or visions of this person and or your energetic relationship before ever meeting in this lifetime. That's true. That happened with me. She came to me in my dream, and then we met afterwards. Literally the woman of my dreams, right? Number 2, meeting your partner felt like coming home to a familiar, long lost energy. And that's so true. There's a comfortability that you have with your twin. You already know the answers. If you have a question, you already know the answer, right? That's that comfortability, coming home, basically. After meeting, you had memories of other times and places with that person that are not part of this life experience so far. Yeah, and we have. Allie and I have been both in Atlantis and Egypt together, and probably many more. Your partner mirrors your own issues, concerns, and imbalances, but you also complement each other's skill sets, talents, and capacities. You are the ultimate embodiment of yin yang, and her and I were just talking about that yesterday. At least one partner is of high frequency, possibly a first waver, indigo, and or crystal, or is genetically related to one. Well, I'd say her and I are both high frequency, very high. And that's what you get, especially, you people that are watching right now, all of our In5D family, when you guys are all high vibrational energies, and when you find your twin, that's a super couple right there. It's like, how much more energy can you have put together with two people? It's out there, and it's happening. And we got to be getting close to that end right now of the event happening, because this is when this kind of stuff happens, right? So number 5, you may be of different ages, the same or opposite sex, vastly different backgrounds, opposing religions or cultures. But you feel an incredible unity or incomparable sense of oneness with your partner. Fortunately, her and I think a lot alike, but this could vary for you. Number 6, you feel each other's symptoms, illnesses, and emotions, even when you are not near each other or in communication. And that's true with Allie and I. We had a watering left eye, just the left eye. She had a past life where she was shot by an arrow in her left eye. And we were both having the watering left eye. That was about a week ago or so. So you will feel that. You'll have these things with your twin. When he or she feels something, you'll feel that as well. Your functioning is impaired or much less optimal when you are apart from your twin flame. It physically and mentally hurts when you are not together. Number 8, when you are with your partner and the relationship is in balance, you become stronger, more powerful, and more capable than you have ever felt. You feel united in a mission or calling to serve others of the world. And I think that's true for many of us in this genre, regardless. Most of us, just about all of us, probably everyone that's watching right now, is service to others. So, let's see, number 9. Your unconditional love for your partner is like no other. Your partner is likely to have a certain habit, quality, or baggage that would be a deal breaker for you in any other relationship. However, you overlook it or willingly work through it with this partner, no matter what it takes. And that's the truth. Think of the love you have, for example, of your child. You would love your child no matter what, right? No matter, through thick and thin. My daughter, yeah, unconditionally. That's the way you feel with your twin flame, unconditionally. There's no conditions on it. You met your partner, number 10, you met your partner when one or both of you were in other relationships or otherwise unavailable. For both of us, it was unavailable. And I don't think either of us really were looking at the time. Neither of us were looking, neither. Yeah. It's like the furthest thing from both of our minds. It's likely that you met when and where you were least consciously expecting it. And that's the truth. I was just expecting to, friend common friends on Todd's page, hopefully meet a few of them at the beach meetup. We had a Soul G/In5D beach meetup. And that I was not looking for Allie, but she somehow found me on his page. So thank you, Todd, as well. Number 11, either you or your partner feared the power of the twin flame connection and ran from the relationship so as not to feel overwhelmed and or vulnerable. Years may go by before you are both in the place to finally commit fully to the relationship. Number 12, the partner who ran from the twin flame relationship finally wakes up and realizes the significance. His or her aha moment comes as the result of a loss, illness, or other personal catastrophe. He or she then comes to terms with the fact that there is no other person or priority more important than the twin flame partner. And neither of those are applicable to Allie or me, but it may be applicable to you or someone you know. No matter how many times you break up or separate, forces seem to bring you back together. You see the signs and reminders of that twin connection everywhere, urging you back together. Well, haven't broken up or separated, but signs, yeah, they come in. And that's one of the things that I get on a constant basis with her, constant numerical synchronicities with these signs. I'm seeing all these amazing angel numbers. My guides are our guides are just like really, really happy about this. Number 14, your relationship is characterized by extreme highs and lows, including passion and intense pain you've most likely never felt before. Number 15, in efforts to harmonize, justify karma, and balance each other, you push each other's buttons to test each other's limits like no one else has or ever will. Nevertheless, the extreme highs in the relationship consistently get higher. So that's something cool to look forward to. Keep going higher and higher. Friends, number 16, friends, family members, and others in your circle can't relate to the twin flame dramas and always try to get you to move on to someone or something else that seems more logical or better for you on paper. Fortunately, that's not the case with us, but that may happen to somebody that is listening. Number 17, the growth you experience, the lessons you learn, and the person you become in the twin flame relationship are more significant, happen more rapidly, and are more powerful than any other experience or period growth in your life. That is true. Number 18, you realize that your previous soulmates or other relationships prepared you for the twin flame reunion. Your twin flame may even have or embody a number of the unusual characteristics or outstanding attributes of your previous mates and soul friends. And ultimately, what you're going to do is just thank every other relationship you had that leads you to where you are with your twin. Everything had to happen exactly the way it did for it to happen right now and this point forward. Number 19, you feel as if you've been waiting your whole life for this person. When you look back at your life, you see illnesses, sabotaged relationships, or other situations that manifested because you were still waiting and still looking for the one. 20, even if you are extremely tired of third dimensional existence here on Earth, as many of us are, right? You heal, evolve, mature, and continue to live just to stay with your twin flame partner. I mean, we did come here to experience lots of things in third dimension that we forgot about. Like, what was a great meal? What did a great meal taste like? Sexual relationships, stuff like that, you know? The simple things in life, walking on the beach, you know, anything. These simple third dimensional things that we have. And it brings me to that thought of the Rosicrucians. You know, the Rosicrucians say that your goal in life is not to be happy. Happiness is an emotion. Your goal in life is to experience as much as you can. And within those experiences, you'll find happiness. So when you find your twin, experience everything. Try to experience as much as you can. You'll find that happiness within. Number 21, you are an old soul, and this is your last human experience. And I think there's just about everybody that's watching this. We're all in that category. Lots of old souls that have been brought together. We have that same resonant frequency, that same vibration, or very similar, which brings us all together. 22, the more that you and your twin partner spend time together, the more rapidly and completely you awaken to higher consciousness. And number 23, you have a deep knowing that your twin partner is your destiny, not just in this lifetime, but also when you ascend, return home, and reunited for eternity. So, yeah, that's a beautiful article by Max and Lana, and I'll leave a link to that in the more info section of the YouTube video. Just curious about what you guys are thinking about twin flames. And you're all unmuted right now. What do you think? Is your twin flame, are you with your twin? Have you found it? Do you believe that your twin flame is here? Is your twin, he or she, on the other side of the veil right now, helping you out? What do you guys think?
I'll weigh in here. My God.
All right, Phil. How are you?
Yeah. So this question came up a couple years ago, and I thought, well, you know, why am I alone? And so I asked, and I had it's actually pretty cool. She gave me a hug, an astral hug, is what I would describe it. And I felt it. I mean, I felt it viscerally, but it was pretty clear that she was not on this plane. And I've checked with my pendulum several times now, and still not on this plane or on this planet. And actually, I just checked, and she's actually a sixth dimensional being. So I won't even see her on this planet when we ascend.
But wait. Is it possible, Phil, that she could come in as a walk-in?
Well, that's certainly possible if there's some walk-in out there that is ready to check out and she wants to do that. But I mean, she's living a life in the society that she's in, so why should I make her do that? I mean, I don't see that.
Okay. So do you feel like she's helping you along your journey right now?
Oh, that hug helped me out immensely.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me a I'm okay feeling.
I have big news.
Do you remember specifically what she looks like?
Introducing water pixel.
Yeah, you know, my visuals aren't all that great, but I could remember. I remember the energy. I definitely remember the energy. And they're very loving and kind, and unconditional love. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You know, I believe that too. Allie and I were talking about the whole energy frequency, and you know, when you have that, they have the same exact energy frequency. For example, all of us in our In5D family might be vibrating at 146 hertz or whatever. You know, I'm just throwing this number out there. Every one of us, but her and I might be vibrating at 146.130978765 exactly, each the same. And I believe it's at that point when one sends out that like that beacon of light shirt that I have, you send out that beacon energy, and the other will find you somehow, some way. They will find you, even through dimensions, even through, you know, the sixth dimension into the third, like with Phil. You know through that energy frequency. Looks like we put Dawn to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
And I'm definitely going to be wearing that beacon of light shirt everywhere.
And Gary has his on right now, I think. Awesome.
Synchronicity.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I don't have anything to say about a twin flame,
No.
but I do have something I'd like y'all to see about the Schumann resonance.
Okay.
I got off of the Q post and everything. I got a program that I could change the Schumann resonance to where we can see it in a different perspective and turn it into a sound. Okay, check this out. We can now see a whole hell of a lot more Morse code in there. All up in this shit. I mean, that's the visual. Now let me see if I can pull up. I might have to reshare. Let me reshare because I want y'all to hear it as well. Because
I think Diane froze up.
Yep.
She looks awfully happy though.
I do want to talk about the Schumann resonance, though, man.
Okay, bring it on.
My research shows that it's being broken up into 4 different things. Amplitude, which was at 90 today, the high. The quality was 8.70, and the frequency is 7.89 and to 7.43. So the frequency is actually kind of bouncing around that 7.83 area. It doesn't really vary. I mean, it varies some based on the amplitude. So the amplitude is how far the line goes down, and the frequency is how many lines are there in a second.
Okay. Wow, I tell you what, you know, I said today's high pitch frequency is a B major. It's the crown chakra. My crown in the back of the head has just been ringing ever since I signed on. I don't know about you guys, but there's something, I'm just feeling it big time. Top of the head, but toward the back. Anyone else feeling that?
Right. Well, and the other thing is the geomagnetics, the K index is on the floor, man. So we're getting any cosmic rays that are coming in, they're coming in, baby.
All right.
Open to receive, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have, whenever I get really slammed like I am right now, the frequencies, it sounds weird, but I have like crackling. I kind of hear around my ears that it's not like, it's kind of like your ears are popping when you're changing altitude, but it's very fat. It goes like that. It just comes in a series, usually about 3 or 4, and it'll stop for a bit. And it's quiet now, but it just amazes me. I feel like I hear my brain like rattling inside, you know, I don't know.
I've had something similar to that. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so have I. Yeah.
And I'm out here, the sun's going down, but you know, I just feel energized right now more than I have all day. I don't know why. I guess we're all together, you know.
Yeah. I'm afraid to shake my head because I can just feel that energy back
Does
there.
it feel tight?
Yeah. It's really, really strong right now.
Yeah, I've had that. It's
Mhm.
I think the last time I felt that was like a month ago.
It's intense. I gotta grab some more water. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so watch the video by Stephen Greer and Russell Park. Really good one. You ought to go see it after this. Stephen Greer's channel. It talks about the infinite intelligence of the conscious field of non-locality.
Boy, guys, you triple. Top 4 answers on the board.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at the baby. Cute baby, Gabrielle.
Oh, thank you. This is my youngest.
How old?
He's 1 year old.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a magic time, huh?
Oh, yes. He's amazing.
It'll be great when he's able to talk and tell you about all the things he's seeing.
Yeah. Right now, his favorite thing to say is ducks. He loves ducks. Whenever he sees a duck picture, he just starts saying quack, quack, and ducks. And that's his favorite word. Oh, yeah.
You know, some of the best advice I ever got as a parent was not to look forward to all the milestones, like, you know, the first time they roll over and
Oh, yeah.
because you're going to miss everything in between.
Baby, it's all like downhill from there. Like
Yeah.
everybody, the next one and the next one, it's just the same thing over and over again. So it's nice just to see where they progress, but at the same time, it's their progress. It's not something I have to look at a doctor to kind of figure out.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. You're a star.
You showing him that lion energy, huh?
What's up?
You say hi?
Hi. Oh, look, a duck. A duck.
Hey, look, it's on the camera. Look.
Hi.
Wanna say hi to me?
Hi.
That's Greg. Can you say hello?
Hi.
Something else has got his attention.
Yeah, something else.
It's the cabinet. It's the cover. It's the cover. Huh.
Great.
Hey, so we were talking, so today's conversation is about the twin flame. So my twin flame is not awoke enough to realize that he's my twin flame.
Well, that was mentioned in the article, but there will come a time that he'll come around.
I know, I've told him. I've been telling him for years, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
And
He
then they
thinks-
won't. And they
He
won't.
he thinks it's witchcraft.
And they won't. You know what?
Witchcraft.
Like, I think that they have to have their own experience, just like with what was awakened to. It may not look like the same way that it happened for us, but they're going to have their own unique experience and have that aha moment, like Greg mentioned earlier. I'm dealing with the same thing as far as him. I have not mentioned anything about twin flames because my own internal guidance is basically saying, no, don't tell him, because he have to have his own experience. And then I read that somewhere, and someone even said that as well. So I'm not talking. I refuse to talk to him. Like, I'm putting all that love that I put into him, that divine love that I put into him, I'm putting it now into myself, and it makes me feel so much better with that, where I am with it. I'm more at peace than what I was with it last year. So I think it's all about journeying back home. That's all. That's how I see it right now.
I told him because he was on a self-destructive path. You know, when they're on a self-destructive path and you want to save them because you have to save them, that was the reason why I told him.
Oh,
you know,
I wasn't
because
saying anything to the fact
he was
that
in
you
a
told
bad
him.
state. Yeah. No. I was just stating the reason why I did. Yeah, and you're right. You really shouldn't, because it's but yeah.
Like, I fear it's like, hey, everybody has their own journey. I'm at peace with it. I'm hurt. Am I hurt? Am I getting over that? Yes, I'm more stronger than I was back in 2017 when I had a realization that I was just putting too much into him and wasn't putting anything into myself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really see myself, so now that I am in the space that I am now, am I still hurting? Yes, but I'm much better than I'm getting over that. I feel better within myself now. I'm not crying every moment of the freaking day and obsessing and re-looking in our pictures and texts, and I deleted all that crap. Anyway,
wait.
That's why I am with.
Do you think that it's over, or do you think that?
No, I don't think that. I don't think that it's over. Even if, like, I have doubts, right? And every time I have those doubts, here comes those signs everywhere, coming right back up in my face. Like I tell you, there's this. I go into Walgreens, and the first time it happened, I think it was in 2017, and I bought him. It was his initials, okay? And I'm like, oh, how funny is that those two initials are right there. All the other cups are sitting way away from him. And again, I went in there a couple weeks ago, and I looked, and there goes his initials again. First time it was JJJJ. Then it was JJJM. And I'm just like, why? Who does this? Who does this? No, do I think it's over? No. Am I sure that he is who I think he is? I don't know. I mean, and I think about that song that somebody put in the on YouTube chat, "Bring Me a Higher Love." Whatever it is, bring me a higher love. But no, I don't think it's over. I'm trying to let go of the attachment that I had to him. I think it was kind of more so unhealthy for me because I do have abandonment issues that I've been working on. And, you know, regardless of whatever the situation is, it has helped me bring me home back to myself. And I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to start crying.
Aw.
But it just brings me back to myself. So, yeah.
Well,
painful, but.
Well, thank you for sharing anyway, because what you're saying is going to be helping someone on some level. So it's important that we put that information out there. You know, when I met Allie, I knew she was my twin, but I couldn't tell her that. She'd have thought I was crazy. Hey, I'm Greg, your twin. You know, you just can't come out and say stuff like that. She had to say something to me before I could say anything, and she had to make that recognition, and she did. And I'm grateful that she did, but it's got to be hard for those that don't make the recognition. Let's say they're not fully awakened yet, or still have other things they need to accomplish before they're ready for that twin flame reunion. You know, how do you handle something like that? You know,
well, I know, like
that you know, but they don't yet.
Yeah. I was obsessed. Like, and even for like in the dreams. Like I dreamed like it was full. I have a book that's like I think over 35 dreams that he's come into, and like even one of them was like he ended up saying, see, even our breath is made of the heavens. I'm like, who comes up with that in dreams? And you know that Alex Gray portrait where the woman, I think the woman has eyes in her hair. And she's coming down and she's kissing the divine masculine on his forehead. I had that dream too with me and him. And then I saw that portrait of Alex Gray that Alex Gray did like the next week. And I'm just like, okay.
It's great that you dream about him as well. I mean, yeah, that's, does he still appear in your dreams?
He hasn't recently, but yeah. Even his family, his whole family appears in my dreams, talking about him. And like we've actually sat around in the living room, in a big old circle, and all the family members was circling us. And he basically asked me to marry him in front of all the family. And okay. Yeah, but I haven't had none in the last, I don't know, since I haven't talked to him. I think it was in December. Maybe it was January that I did. But like I said, I'm trying to work on not.
Well, last night I had a dream. I had two dreams that I remembered. One was Allie's website was getting attacked, and sure as shit today her website's down. Yeah, and the other dream was her and I were working together in a shoe store. We were selling men's shoes at a grand opening. I think the only thing that was supposed to be showing to me, really, the message in that dream was we're supposed to be working. Her and I are supposed to be working together. So it was another. But I've been dreaming about her like every night. So yeah.
Now, I was going to ask about that site, Greg, because I tried to go there and book a reading.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hit the subscribe in order to book a reading. Okay.
No.
Yeah, and then something was wrong with it a couple of days ago.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's an issue with it, and that's what I'm trying to help her on right now. So hopefully it'll be up and running here shortly.
Yeah, I tried to go last night after her classes, you know, and her readings, and I couldn't get on either. I was, because, you know, she's going to have those classes coming up.
Yes.
And I wanted to participate in them, but I wasn't able to get into so maybe if I'm going to the wrong place, but I don't.
For the classes, yeah, I think the classes would be probably on Psychic Alley or 121 on Facebook.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Okay, yeah. They were on there yesterday. They ended up having them.
For May? For next week?
Oh, for next week? No, oh, no.
Okay.
I think it was May 9th and May 16th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to get on? Because I wasn't able to connect at all.
No, I wasn't able to get on the website either.
Okay.
But all I remember is the dates. I don't remember the times either, which just kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
to convert it into American money, it's gonna be $12.98
Okay.
per class because it's 10 rounds.
Wasn't
Sorry,
the times?
right now.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do I have to automatically do that or?
You do it through PayPal.
Okay. Thank you.
If you want, find me on Facebook and I'll give you the email address.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Gabrielle Williams with Handsack in parentheses. You can't miss me. I have headphones on. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see me at every one of her classes too. For some reason, I don't know why.
I'll try to play that again. I'll probably get
Yeah, go ahead, Diane.
Okay. I'll probably get booted off, but I want y'all to hear it. Here it goes. This is what the sound of that picture made. Did you hear it?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And that's just one of them. I can slow the frequencies down and change it and everything like that. Give me a couple of minutes and I'll see if I can pull the other one that's mine. I don't think it'll boot me because it doesn't have all that code in it. And I can show you how at a lower frequency and
I'm sorry. I was reading something.
Oh, that's no problem. I laugh inappropriately too because of that. but I'll pull it up and show you a picture, let you hear what it ends up sounding, and I'll tell you about my idea of the Schumann resonance as well later. I'll let y'all go back to talk.
That was pretty cool.
I'm sorry I laughed, but I was looking at the comment where he said somebody should check on Dawn because it looks like she's out cold.
that's not negative though.
No, she was. I think she's got a pretty good buzz going.
He's a year old. So he's loud and vibrant.
I could unmute Dawn to see if she's snoring.
I tried to call her.
Do it.
No.
No, I did. That's why I got kicked off because I tried to call her to wake her up.
Yeah, unmute her. Let's see.
No, don't do that.
No, I can't do that.
I'm joking.
She can hear us though.
You know she's snoring.
So speaking of Allie, she's here with us.
Allie.
So where's she at?
Oh, she's connecting right now. She just came into the room.
So what are we saying is the difference between twin flame, soulmate, and life partner? Does anybody recognize differences in those?
Twin flame has a soul split in half. The others don't apply that way.
Is it possible for a twin flame never to come across your twin flame
Sure.
in this lifetime?
Yeah. A lot of times, like what we were talking about earlier, they sometimes they don't even incarnate. They stay on the other side of the veil, like with Phil. His is in the 6th dimension.
Oh, wow.
But they're on the other side of the veil helping us here. Yep.
And see, for me personally, if I can chime in, I don't believe in the twin flame thing because I've been through it all. I've seen it all. I've done it all. And I believe for my own self, I am my own twin flame. I'm a whole.
I was just
don't
getting ready
need
to
somebody
say
else to
that.
make me up. I don't need anybody to make me up. I don't need anybody to be my other half. I don't find sexuality as, great, with other people. I find sexuality great with myself instead. So and it's just I've been through so much, and I've put myself in certain circumstances where I was solely depending on someone else, not knowing that I actually love myself whole. And the whole twin flame, I'm sorry, but I don't believe it. I'm totally against it because it's just not right for me personally. I don't understand why nobody from in here I've been seeing that nobody's been looking at themselves as a whole, healing themselves as themselves. You can't depend on somebody else. You have to depend on yourself and love yourself as a whole in order to find somebody who's going to come into your life. So
why can't you love yourself as a
healing is the
whole?
ultimate thing for yourself.
Why can't you love
You
yourself
have
as
to
a
love
whole?
yourself.
Why can't you love yourself as a whole and still have a twin flame?
I don't.
I do.
If your soul is being split in half, then you're
You
not
can
a
still
whole.
love that half a soul 100%.
I love myself more than someone else. If someone else is going to bring me down, and if I'm going to be all over somebody else, I would rather love myself. I've been put through so much. I'm sorry. I had to chime in.
Don't be sorry for having an opinion.
Don't be sorry for the
Still
way
love
you
you.
feel.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I'm right there with you. That's the reason why I said I don't have anything to say about twin flames. You want to see this? That's where my energy goes elsewhere.
I know. I'm making orgone. Yeah, we're over here making fun of orgone, phalluses that I'm making. That's my thing right now.
I mean, it's just a different avenue. It doesn't mean that there isn't a twin flame for you though, baby. It just you have to learn to live without it and not need it in this.
I would rather be alone. I do not like living with people. I
think Allie said that.
Being alone.
I did say that.
I love having my space. I love just being alone. I just love the feeling of not having anybody to be around me. I don't know why. Just the feeling of having somebody hold me, just it's just too much for me personally. It's just it's just when you've been through it so much.
Allie said the same thing. Allie said the same thing before I came along. She didn't. She wanted.
I did.
No,
I said exactly what Desiree is saying. I said exactly what you said. Exactly. Every single word that you just said is what I was spouting off for 3 years.
Adamantly.
3 years.
Yep. It's a thing. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then you find them.
Boom. And then I tried to run away, and I didn't.
Having my child is the most important thing I can do. Being a mother, being the significant person that I am, healing that I am, creating the things that I'm creating. You gotta love yourself first before you try to find somebody else.
Exactly.
Because if you don't love yourself, you're never gonna find that other person who's gonna love you as a whole too.
100%.
I guess that's where my story's coming from. I've been through so much, and I've seen it all. So I'd rather create orgone phalluses at this moment. So much love to those who can find love.
I said I'd rather play Xbox. Really?
That's awesome.
Do you guys hear that?
Yep.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Holy cow, I'm having to hold my body in a specific way to have That connection, that's ridiculous. It's like having an antenna television.
No, you are the antenna.
No, I am the antenna.
Oh man, dirty Diana.
Can I share my experience?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I've been married for 27 years, and my husband, I believe, is my soulmate, my life partner. And then 2 years ago, almost 3, I began to do Reiki healing for this guy in Germany who ended up being my twin. And those who are in the twin flame relationship can understand the sexual energy that's between each other, that pull.
Right.
And that really fucked me up because I was not looking for my twin flame. I'm perfectly happy with my husband. We have a good relationship. Really fucked me up because I was not looking
Hang
for
on, we
my
got
twin
mute
flame.
Stephanie. She's
I'm perfectly happy with my husband.
there. We go. You're good.
Was that me?
No, that was Stephanie. She came in and she
Oh, okay.
didn't mute her YouTube.
Yeah. So we, so I explained to him what twin flame is. He had no idea. He's very spiritual, but he follows like what I call a cult, like the emoji group. Like he does his meditation, and so he's spiritual in that way. So I explained to him, and he's open, like he understands what it is. But what's happening is that we're good when we're good, but then for somehow we mirror each other, and that part we don't like, and then we'll fight, and then we distance from each other. We disconnect. And it can last for a month, 2 months, and then we'll come back together. We have not had sex. He's in a different country, and I'm not open to that. But it is very difficult. He's on my mind 24 hours. My husband does not know about my twin flame. My daughter does. But I just want to know, like, he's constantly on my mind. And I wonder if in the end, if twins end up coming together, or if this is just ascension process for us, that we've come together, we trigger certain emotions, we then distant, heal, and come back, and maybe this is what our path is, and we just continue to do that. He's in Germany, I live in Canada, and this is how it's supposed to be. And if it is, I don't know what I was thinking when I was in heaven or up there, and I decided to do this because it's a sick feeling. It's horrible because you've got that attachment, that attraction to your soul, but yet you're married, you're happy with your family. What are you gonna do? You're gonna divorce your husband and then fly to Germany and hook up with your twin? It's crazy. It's just crazy. So right now we're not talking. And so I'm working on my abandonment and rejection emotions, healing those, and then we'll see if we end up getting back together or at least communicating. But I do miss him a lot.
Well, either way, we all wish you well on whatever decisions you end up making, and that's not an easy situation to be in, is it?
No, it's not, because I want to be with him. But I'm married and I have a family and I'm happy with my home, but it's horrible. So I just got to get him out of my mind, got to forget about him. But just to let people know, when it's time, nobody plans to meet their twin. when divine wants it to happen, it'll happen. It's out of your control. So you may say, I don't believe in twin flames. I don't believe, that's fine. But I did not go look for this. It came to me. It hit me over the head. So it's out of our control. This is different dimension work.
I'm curious, what you said you spoke to your daughter about that. What did she say?
Well, she was worried for a while that I'd be leaving Daddy. I said, no, honey, I'm not leaving Daddy. But she understands. I explained to her what the twin flame connection is and the difference between the soulmate and twin flame. And twin flame, okay, so what I've come to understand is a soulmate is loving and gentle and is there to support you through life. Your twin is your mirror. So your twin will bring up all the shit that you have stored for so many years, or karma, experience, past life, whatever. It mirrors that. So it's your way of cleansing. It's really, it's how do I say? It's a lot of work. Not all lovey-dovey. Once you have cleared your karma or cut your cords and you've healed, both of you have done your work, then that's when you unite. And then there's no fighting. There's not the runner and the chaser. You don't go through that. You've gone through what's it called? The dark night of the soul. So once you've experienced those, and it's not just a one-time event, it can be many events. And once you have cleared, and both of you have done your work, then I believe that is when the twins come together. Or I've been told they may never come together. They're never, because it's not about the romance. It's about the journey, the ascension process.
I also believe that not every twin flame relationship is going to look the same.
No.
Absolutely.
There's going to be many different aspects to everybody's journey within the twin flame collective. That's what I think.
Absolutely. We're not alike at all. Everybody has different experiences.
It's been pretty natural for Ellie and me so far. It's been like every piece is fit together perfectly.
You're vibrating at the same level.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it works beautifully. And I believe with us, we're not on the same level.
Desiree. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm going to mute myself. So I'm just going to laughing.
Apparently I missed something.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Chat room.
Okay.
No, I was laughing at Desiree because she said I'll just be the Oregon phallus making girl.
Y'all missed that? She said it so loud.
That could be a thing, you know. You should do it.
I'd show it on
You
here, but
missed
That could be a
Did
new
you, Alex?
Revolution and Summers.
You missed it, did you?
No, don't show it on here.
No, I thought you saw it.
No, gotta keep this show clean.
I didn't do it.
So do we have any other thoughts on the twin flames? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Sorry, the lady who just spoke, what she said, you know, in my experience, that's you know, the things that she said about being a mirror and that you need to go through your ascension process together. And, you know, you have to do some of that yourself at first to get to the point where you believe that you're good enough. Although we've still had to go over things like that. Both of us go over our fears and stuff, but kind of together, even though we're not in contact physically. I'm telepathically linked and I can speak to him. And I know a lot of people will think this is a bit mad, because there are people out there that act in a certain way to famous people. And he is not like, you know, kind of Hollywood, you know, celebrity actor or whatever. He's so down to earth. And that's part of what I was attracted to. We had a vision of each other. I'd seen him on TV in the previous year. And then just one day, 2015, early January, I saw an image of him and he looked shocked. He looked very shocked, as if I'd materialized in front of him. And I thought, did I just, and I'd been going to a psychic development club. So I thought, well, did I just accidentally, because I was thinking about him, and I thought, did I accidentally just connect to him? And I've not actually had proper confirmation, you know, proper evidence. It's anecdotal and stuff like that. But, you know, I've been able to talk telepathically to him. And unfortunately, the powers that be know about this. And I've been trying to kind of get this out because I know it's important. But you know, he's well known in the UK and in some other countries. But what another thing, which I think, I believe that Mary and Joseph were twin flames, and I believe that what happened, the way Mary got pregnant, was because they were fantasizing about each other, but they weren't married yet. So they lived separately, and I believe that they were just imagining, you know, fantasizing about each other, not realizing that they're actually connecting to each other on the astral plane. And like Phil said about, you know, hugging his twin flame, I think that that's how she got pregnant. I think with a love that strong, that you can actually have sex on the astral plane, and even though she was technically a virgin, that's how I think and I think that Jesus was Joseph's son, and yes, he's a son of God, but we're all children of the divine source, you know, so he's no more, you know, special than anyone else. We're all divine. But I do believe he was a healer, and, you know, he did channel this information. So I do, you know, think, you know, he was important because that information came to him, and, you know, he felt like he needed to get that out there. So I don't know what anyone else thinks about that.
How often do you telepathically communicate with him?
He can hear me all the time, and
When
I
was
can
the
just
last-
look at photos of him.
When was the last time that you had that telepathic communication?
He can hear me right now, believe it or not. I can sometimes hear some of the things he says. But it gets blocked. You know, it got kind of more blocked as the thing went on, as we gradually got over, you know, our insecurities. Sorry, I've just forgot what I was saying. He used to be able to send music, you know, song, which had lyrics in that he wanted to convey to me, and so he did it through song. There was one thing that might, you know, it's anecdotal, but I was doing this meditation once, and I was in an oasis. It was a guided meditation, and I wasn't trying to see him. I was actually, at that point, I had imagined him in other meditations, but I decided, no, I'm not going to do it myself. I want to see what's happening if I see him. So I didn't try to. I just went along with the meditation, and all of a sudden, I'm in a pool, and like in a rainforest, and I'm just, you know, it was a relaxing meditation, and all of a sudden he splashes out the water and scares me after death and starts kissing me. And it was called, the meditation was called the Oasis. Only 2 days later, he was filming in a town centre somewhere. It was in Cardiff, and he was filming near a guitar shop, and he decided on his break to go to that shop, start playing a guitar, got the owner to record it and put it on the internet, and he was playing Oasis. And not only that, he was playing cigarettes and alcohol. And I thought to myself, you know, Oasis, that's strange, okay. And I thought, well, what are the lyrics? And it starts off, is it my imagination, or have I finally found something worth living for? So, you know, that's one of the things that it's extensive. I could not tell you all of that tonight, basically. It's so involved, like, you know, it's been over the last 5 years. So, but we know things are coming together, and that we will be together. But they're stopping him from getting close to me. They're stopping me from getting close to him. You know, making him think that he's delusional, and that, you know, he isn't really, you know, hearing me and seeing me. And now, you know, I can't, you know, give any physical evidence, and I just want people, you know, to, you know, discern with their own hearts and see how it fit, you know, how it sits in people's hearts, as whether it's, you know, whether it's genuine. You know, but, you know, that's just my story. So I just thought I'd like to, yeah, just to let everyone know, just go on.
So if you can communicate with him telepathically, why don't you just arrange to meet each other?
The basic thing is, as I say, I've tried, you know, many times to give him my address in that way, but they can easily just block off, you know. And now at the moment, you know, I don't get hardly anything. You know, I've been able to feel him empathically, you know, or empathetically. What do they call it? No, empathically, yeah, where you can sense each other's emotions, and I can actually just sense his presence. But, you know, quite a lot of the time now, they don't have much energy to do a lot of the stuff that they used to do to make it difficult for us. So I can't give him any info, and he can't give me any, because that's blocked. I did hear at some point, though, that it can be that way between twin flames. You know, it's often that the male, you know, has a hard time trying to speak back. But yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but yeah.
I feel the emotion.
Yep.
Yeah, the emotion is as real as anything else, right?
I feel it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. That wasn't easy for you to do, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to get it out there, and it's only been recently that I've, you know, I've started coming onto these chats, and I just thought tonight I saw that you were doing twin flames, so I thought I might come on and have a little chat about my experiences.
Yeah, well, my ex-wife is kind of in the same boat with you, with somebody else, somebody different. Yeah, but it's a very similar story.
Oh. Yeah. Cool.
So you're not alone.
No, I mean, I know other people have said, you know, it can happen, can't it? It can happen. It's not. I mean, I never thought I was ever going to meet him. You know, I was attracted to him before that happened, but I'm not interested in celebrity at all. And you know, I had to. I decided after that happened, after the vision, I decided, well, look, before I do anything, I've got to try and see if we've got anything in common. And he is just like the male version of me. It's unbelievably similar. You know, we think the same way. So it's amazing. You know, and you know, I've been in all my other relationships that I've had. You know, I don't believe anyone's truly loved me. They think they are, but it could have been many other women. You know, if someone else had been in that place at that time that they were attracted to, they would have gone with them. You know, and not that, you know, it's because we're not soulmates. I'm not soulmates. Well, I'm not, you know, twin flames with those people. But you know, I was very disappointed in my relationships romantically, because it just.
Are you a 12th houser?
Am I?
Do you have any 12th house
houser?
placements? Do you have any 12th house placements in astrology?
No, I don't. I've got quite a few signs in Scorpio, actually. Sun sign Libra, Moon Mercury. Is it Uranus maybe? I'm not sure. No, Pluto in Scorpio. So I've got quite a few things.
I was just curious.
Moon was in. Yeah. I've got quite a lot of that's empty on that side.
Well, thank you for sharing. Once again, that wasn't easy for you to do, but you know, there are other people out there that are going through that. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a awesome resolution to this situation. Let us know. Let us know if you. Well, I don't know if you can, if you'll be able to, but if you do, let us know. If you are able to, let us know.
Yeah, I've just been wondering, like, you know, how to, because so much has happened. So you know, it's hard to kind of go from this, because it's such a big thing. You know, there's such a lot of information. But you know, I've been trying to kind of write something down.
I'm sorry,
but I've got an illness that makes me tired a lot. That's all right. Anyway, you can let other people talk now.
So I knew with Allie, you know, we have this list going and there's like 45 different things that we have in common. And some of these things are so bizarre that, like, for example, both of us have these long pillows. They're huge. They're like really long, and they're used for back support. You put your legs.
I know,
yeah. And specific. She has one. I have one. We both don't like our belly buttons touched. Don't like that. Don't touch me in the belly button. We both sleep with travel pillows, even though we have a bunch of pillows on our bed. We have a travel pillow that we use. What's the odds of this all this stuff happening? One time we were talking, and I've got a pendulum here somewhere, but my hand was on a pendulum, but it was down here, and it's like swinging around in a big circle. And she had a pendulum in her hand. She lifts it up, and it's going around this huge circle. When we were talking, I go, "Yeah, mine is too." And I lifted mine up. We had no idea that either one of us had a pendulum in our hand, and it was swinging in a big circle. So it's stuff like that just, yeah, pretty cool when that stuff happens. So the more bizarre, the more you know, stranger the coincidences are, the more you know that is.
Well, we both love science fiction, and we both, you know, we like astronomy, you know, insofar that we know that we're probably star seeds, and you know, we've come from somewhere else, but we have a particular love of music that is space related or spacey sounding.
Yeah, yeah. What, like David Bowie kind of stuff? Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders
Yeah.
from Mars?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a song by a band called The Only Ones called Another Girl, Another Planet. I don't know if it was a kind of punk new wave song. And in fact, it got to the point where, you know, with my twin flame, that in the first year when it started, I could sense that he was feeling sad and that he was giving up because he didn't know my name. He didn't know whether I existed or not. Eventually, I could feel he was very sad, and that, you know, he felt like he was giving up. So I'd found out that you can actually send fan mail to his agents, and so I did, and somehow, because I didn't used to use email very much, hardly used it at all, you know, my own personal one, and nothing got stopped. It got to his agent, and he was at Comic-Con in San Diego at the time in 2015, and I was too scared to watch anything because I wanted to see, you know, I wanted to know if he looked, you know, if there was any kind of signs or anything. And once I'd sent it to his agents, I put that song, Another Girl, Another Planet, right at the top. I posted it on my Facebook page, and I decided, right, I'm just going to watch a little bit of you know, a Q&A session with him. And within the first like 15 minutes, someone asks a question: what would you sing on there's a program called, oh no, what is it called? They mime to songs, something battle, I can't remember what it's called, but they pretend they're putting on a big show singing a song, but they're just miming to it. And someone asked him, what song would you pick to perform? And he said, Another Girl, Another Planet. And it was only like 2 days after I'd posted it at the top of, you know, my Facebook page. So, you know, I thought to myself, right, he's probably got the email that I sent to him, which is, I basically said to him, I said, could you pass this information on, and can you tell him, please don't give up, and I will explain more. I'll you know, write to you. But I don't think that he got the letter. I don't think, I think it got stopped. It got, you know, I don't think it actually got to him in the end, because he was talking in a press release where he was saying, oh, I've got such a big bag of fan mail. It's hard to get through it all. I'm trying my best to get through it, as if to say, like, to tell me, you know, that he's trying to get through it all so that he can find mine. But there again, I could be reading into things, you know. So, but, you know, we'll see.
Indeed. I see Vera has her hand up. Vera?
Yeah. I have had a few relationships that I thought that they were my soulmates. And especially the last one, that I got burnt really, really good. So it's a very emotional topic, this, for me. And yeah, especially the last one, that hit real deep, and it brought me to a point that it was for me hard to keep going. Thank God I had my dog. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been here.
Are you sure that that was your twin flame relationship?
No.
Because I don't think a twin would put you in a position to make you feel like that.
When it started, I did feel a connection that I even texted him. Are you warm? You should drink more water, because I felt he was sweating. And so that brought me off guard, but he used me. He was more like a parasite. So in the beginning, it felt like he was going. It felt that it was going to be a relationship. And it did get into a relationship, but
yeah, that's not sounding like it was your twin. It sounds like you had commonalities. You shared, interests and stuff like that, and you could intuitively feel things from him. But it probably wasn't your twin.
no. When I think about it, back about it, he trapped me by the person where he was living.
Does that sound like something though that a twin? Does that sound like something a twin would do?
No, because I don't no.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me, the way it went at first, it had thrown me off track. So it's for me hard to trust someone else to get into a relationship.
All I can tell you though, Vera, is that when it does it'll happen when you're least expecting it. And when it does happen, no matter how much hurt you've had in previous relationships, this will work. And as a matter of fact, you won't even think about any of that hurt. It'll just feel so right that none of that will matter.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
For now, I'm pretty good to be on my own with my dog, with my cat, and the guinea pig.
Andrea Jordan in YouTube chat is saying, I couldn't imagine meeting my twin flame. I'm already a Gemini, so would that be a quadruplet flame? And she's also asking, Greg, are you and Allie the same sign? No, as a matter of fact, Allie is Pisces. She's a water sign. I'm Libra, triple Libra, air sign, but her rising is in Libra. So she completely understands the whole, we have a hard time making a decision thing with Libras. So she gets it from my angle, at least.
Well, maybe
Are you
someone in the
both
waiting
natural
room, by the
blondes
way.
too? Are you both natural blondes too?
No, I was born blonde, but no, it's the roots. Look at the roots.
I was born blonde too, and this is natural right now, but yeah, it turned blonder later on in life.
Okay.
We both have our blonde moments.
There you go.
Crop side ones.
Yes.
Hey, come on! I hide my intelligence that way.
Yeah, I'm actually totally proud of my gray.
Actually, I was a natural and went dark by accident, and like the blonde, so I went back to it with a bleach.
Well, it's easy, especially here in Florida, to have blonde hair.
Yeah.
The sun will do it. You just go out in the ocean and the water, and the sun will do it.
That's it. Wind me up. That's it. Wind me up. It's cold and it's raining here.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
It's really, really cold. I've got my heating on full bore.
I know, and here it is. Like really, it's summertime here. Yeah.
I know.
Get your ass down here.
Yeah, I got AC on, you know.
I saw Dawn wake up earlier. She looked like she was going to roll over, and then she rolled back on her right side.
Is she still here?
Yeah. On my screen, well, on the YouTube screen, she's
There
top
she
row.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Dawn.
She looks like she's in pain.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Can I say something?
Certainly. Jump on in.
I don't know if I have a twin flame or a soulmate or anything like that. And I would say if I found him or her now, it's a little late, but I had this magnificent dream one time, and I thought that I had met my twin flame in that dream, but it wasn't, and it was turned out that he was the guide that helps me in healing, and I found that out later. But it's the kind of dream that you will never forget because it was magnificent. It was just when we actually met in that dream, and like flesh and blood met. So I can relate to people that feel that with a twin flame, that connection, that instantaneous connection. But I haven't found mine yet. Sadly, I guess.
Well, intuitively, do you feel that he's incarnated here?
No, he's not. No, he's definitely somewhere else. And he was I want to say Indian or Persian, that's based on his clothing, I would say was like from maybe the 14th or 15th century with a gold turban, magnificent clothing. But the love connection, I mean, it was a spiritual, 100% spiritual connection. It was not, I mean, it was the closest thing that I can think of to pure love, other than my white light experience.
Did he have those shoes that curl up on the end?
He had on some kind of sandals, but I don't remember them curling.
That's what I think of when I think of Persian shoes.
It was like you see in the movies, you know, I was here and he was there. And the minute I saw him, I knew who it was in the dream, right? And it was like we just ran toward each other. It was just incredible. I wish there was somebody here that was that type of connection. But again, I don't bemoan my life. I'm happy with it.
But you know what? How lucky are you to have that kind of help of somebody that loves you that much on the other side of the veil, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's a blessing for anyone whose twin is not here. You have somebody on the other side of the veil that loves you more than as much as Creator Source himself,
right,
or herself itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I wish everyone finds that connection. And I'm so happy for you and Allie. Let me put that in there.
Thank you.
That's it.
I tell her every day how lucky I am. Yeah. Every day.
We're lucky.
Yes. Yeah. So, just
I'm gonna mute again.
Do you guys hear that? Or is it just coming in on my side?
Hear what?
Paul is dead. Sorry, couldn't resist.
That's funny.
No, when I said that, everything, all of y'all froze and see, it's doing it again.
You're lagging.
Wild.
Yeah, you're the only one that's like freezing up and lagging.
Yeah, and there's something else being said other than you guys talking too, and it's weird.
Yeah, you might want to, reboot. When was the last time you rebooted your computer?
I had to do that just before we came on, so
Really?
trying to avoid this.
I'm wondering how much RAM you have on your computer too.
Yeah.
If you have a computer with low RAM, it's going to use up the resources quickly, and you'll probably end up lagging. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I'm seeing in here, you're saying Helga might be in the waiting room. I don't see her in the waiting room. I posted the link on In5D Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, Twitter, Patreon. It's the links everywhere. I'm sorry if I don't post it all the time in the chat room, but I posted the link everywhere. So, and I posted it several times already in the chat room. So there it is again, guys. That link will disappear shortly. Poof.
Do you mind if I'm going to just, I'll still be here, but I'm going to start on emptying the bags
Yes,
out.
you have a lot of stuff you need to
I've
do.
emptied out my shop today. My little baby, I've closed her down. So
Yeah.
all of my living room is covered in boxes and books and stock, and I can't move. So I'll be listening.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for joining us.
That's all right. I wouldn't
All right.
miss it.
Thank you. Bye, love.
Bye.
So anyone else want to jump in on twin flames? Got any final thoughts? Five, four, three.
Well, is it possible for you? I know, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is it possible for your twin flame, could you channel somebody else's twin flame? Is it possible?
Could you channel someone else's twin flame? That's a great question.
I know it's a random question.
I believe it's very possible.
Because I think I've had an experience with that particular situation, and remember the reading Allie gave us like at the first time, and you heard me crying, and the whole I explained some of the things where I was like, there was a reason why I felt really deeply sad about it.
Sorry, I had to come back in.
It was about a year ago, I had met somebody on PlayStation. And we're in a party together, we had a conversation, and he kind of reawoken stuff that I kind of shut down for a while. I was basically awakening kind of thing. Yes, Haven, you can go get an orange. Go ahead. And throughout the year that we talked and stuff, there was something there that kind of felt like an ex an ex relationship, like when you have an ex-husband or an ex-wife kind of vibe, where when you would have a conversation with another person and they would be in your ear listening, and you can feel the jealousy radiating off this person. We had a conversation about it, and he felt like he knew my soul from somewhere else. And I couldn't put my finger on it, but everything he would say to me about this other soul that he was referring to, I didn't really understand, because I didn't really remember any of these things or had any of these when your intuition tells you yeah, this is on point. None of it felt that way. And he was adamant as all get out. And so about 6 months ago, we had a moment where we were at crossroads, and it felt like one of those twin flame moments where you're arguing. Okay, then go potty, baby. Good girl. and it felt like Daddy's in there. Then go upstairs, baby. You know where to go. Okay. Go upstairs. Okay. Haven, how about you go help her make sure she goes, okay? I will open your orange for you. Go. Don't eat it. I will not eat it, I promise.
I might.
Sorry. I have a 5-year-old
kidding.
and a 3-year-old. They're very, very
So cute.
they are highly intuitive and very sensitive for all get out. I think I literally just popped out star seeds after star seeds. Like, it's just insane. But about 6 months ago, we were at crossroads with this one person that he had in his life, and I kept having like moments where I could remember memories of her stuff, and I would tell her, and she'd be like, "Oh my goodness, that's exactly what happened." ... And she was jealous of how me and him were talking, and I realized every time we were on the party, we would have a conversation, and there would be this like overwhelming like weight of jealousy, and I knew it wasn't me, but it felt like me. It felt really real. And so I had a conversation with them again about 2 months ago, and then that's when everything kind of shifted to where he basically had more visions of his past lives, and he basically claimed me to be like pretty much like a succubus and a grim reaper of some kind. And he was explaining to me how, okay, go over there. Good job. Good job going potty. It is almost night time. Why don't you go watch your show, okay? And I'll be right there. Okay. And so I found something on the internet, and I went ahead and did my own deep meditational moment with it. And everything I could see where he would think that was the person, it wasn't me. Like, I went through every single one of the soul's problems, and I did not see me personally, my incarnation, anywhere in those imprints. And so then he started putting everybody else against me as a person. And then now we've stopped talking. It's been a month since we've stopped talking. But he's told everybody else that they will not be reincarnated, not giving them even a chance to find themselves. Anybody
Sounds like gaslighting to me.
It was weird. Like, the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. And it made me doubt my own intuition.
Yeah.
To a point where I was in a deep depression for like a good...
Make you feel like you was crazy. He made you feel like you was crazy, like you didn't know what you was talking about.
Well, that, and it made me feel like I didn't have ground to walk on. Like, I couldn't even hold myself back up. And so I was wondering if that's a case where, does that happen to most people, or is that just a random occurrence?
Do you think he was just reacting out of being scared that maybe you are his twin flame and he just was not ready for that?
When we were first having conversations, I felt like there was something like that going on. But as soon as like certain like things would change with his demeanor, I didn't. It's like that connection disappeared. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, it's new to me. I'm new to all of this, and I was curious because I dealt with it for a year. I'm married. I'm happily married, but it was weird.
Allie,
Yes.
what do you think?
Oh, I think they can be so tricky. You're drawn to other people. Sometimes they can be past lives, though. You know,
Yeah, and he was
past
really
life
adamant
connection
the past
there.
life thing.
Maybe a twin flame isn't the answer. Maybe it is a past life connection that you've maybe been married before, and it was so natural.
So we have Stephanie and then Mary with their hands up. So Steph.
I'm gonna mute this.
it doesn't really sound twin flamey to me at all. What it sounds to me is like a dark worker attached an actual succubus to you.
Yeah,
Because when you went
narcissistically.
down,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
away went your energy and was feeding off of you once it looped you in using that twin flame label. Just
Yeah, because it felt like that afterwards. Like I've done a lot of deep work, and thanks to Allie on a couple other things, like it's helped a lot.
Yeah.
I've never felt happier in the last couple of weeks than like talking with you guys and hearing all your guys' like inputs on things, because this is all brand new in a sense of like I've felt like this my whole entire life. I've been very sensitive to people's energies to the point like I couldn't even watch certain movies that my mom would like pretty much, if I was in a group of people and I was watching a certain movie and there had anything to do with anything too overly stimulating, I couldn't stay in there. I had to leave. Like I even paid for a movie ticket and had to leave. So it's like it's weird. And I don't really know anybody else except for all y'all who kind of understand what's going on. But I can see where the dark worker thing, that makes a lot of sense, because I did feel that way too about some of it. It didn't, I even talked about energy vampires to this person a couple times and they didn't believe me about it.
Or so they said.
Yeah, or so they said. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't exist, even though I am one. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you see, the good people who have been sent to you through your higher self, and maybe even your own twin flame, have raised your vibration up so they can no longer attach to you and suck you down. So
yeah,
good work.
I think so. I've been very blessed.
Yeah, I think Stephanie nailed it on that. That's typically what a narcissist does. They'll say, you're the one with the succubus and all the attachments onto you, not me. Of course not. Right. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's gaslighting is one of the traits of the narcissist too.
Yeah.
So Mary, what's up? Did you want to add to that?
Same thing, actually. I was just going to say she's being gaslighted and needs to protect herself. Gabrielle.
Yeah, thank God for that bubble of protection thing that Allie talked about, because as soon as that got kicked in, they no longer can contact me.
You can also put their name in the freezer. Write it backwards.
In the freezer. Yeah. I read about
yes,
that.
Allie. Yes.
If you really want to do it, mirror.
That really works. The freezer thing really works. It really does.
But you have to do it with love. You cannot do it with hate in your heart. You have to do it with love, otherwise it doesn't work, or it comes back at you.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
You also have to remember when you defrost your freezer.
You know, the funny thing is, I've got a freezer box and a fridge in my shop, and obviously I'm closing down the shop, and I forgot. And all these people that have come into the shop, and all of the names, I put them in a cup, and they're filled up with a cup like that, tiny little balls of paper. You can imagine how many. I had to get out of bed and get to the shop quickly before they're defrosted, so that I could quickly get them back into my freezer at home. Can you imagine what would have happened? I mean,
a lot of people would have been getting some lovely phone calls.
Because they trusted me. They trusted me with it. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my packing.
Oh, no, you're fine, Allie. Thank you.
I'm still here.
Thanks, Allie. Yeah, that's a great. I'm glad you brought that up, Gabrielle. That's.
I had to ask. Like it's been like gnawing at me for a while. Like I didn't really know what to do about it.
Yeah. So, does anyone else want to jump in?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Phil.
First thing, what Desiree said about not needing a partner, I think that is a good place to be. You need to balance whatever soul fragment you have. You need to balance that between the anima and the animals, as Jung would tell us. So that the male, female, you need to become that balanced person if you want to.
Intermarries with yourself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I think this is the thing that my twin flame was giving me. One was she hugged me to open up my heart, and two, to let me feel that connection that I am both instead of just one. So yeah, that's what I want to say on that. And yeah, that what Gabriel was talking about, that dude was so gaslighting her. And
Yeah.
that's bullshit. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. The vibration of truth, love, and light can still swear.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Because, wow, I was telling some truth. And I still love the guy I said it to, but it was a very nasty word after everything I said. I was a little bit mad earlier today.
Well, I mean, we try not to, but you know
Oh,
what?
I really do.
Sometimes something's truly bullshit. You know?
And it really
or worse.
Today was just one of those
effing bullshit.
Really bullshit days, man.
Yeah. Anyway, so would anyone else like to jump in before we wrap it up? All right, Stephanie.
Hi. Just quickly, hey Phil, when did your twin on the other side introduce themselves to you? Was it like recently or a year ago or?
Yeah, that was about 2 to 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. Mine's on the other side too. And so, like within the last month, I just was introduced and physically touched. So, yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it is.
Then again, you know, I thought Allie was on the other side. I swore she
I
was.
said that in YouTube when you said, I remember when you was live and you even said that. You was in a live and you mentioned it.
A long time ago, I mentioned
it.
She is on the other side. It's just the world, not the basement.
Yeah, the pond. Yeah, the other side of the pond. Yeah. But yeah, I thought for years, you know, and it's funny, the whole timing of it was immaculate because it had just happened at the end of my second failed marriage, 0 for 2. And before I had the galactic download to build In5D. So I almost wonder if she was part of the help on getting In5D together for me. And, you know, in the longer run for us meeting up, you never know. You never
Divine timing.
Yeah, really. It really is. Very grateful for that. Because, yeah, her and I just click on every level. It's wonderful. I'm really
She said she's packing. Is she moving?
No, she moved the stuff out of her store. She closed her store down, and she moved that stuff out of the store. And what she couldn't get out, she left on the sidewalk for free, like furniture and stuff. There's a sign, free. If you want it, grab it. So, but yeah, her place right now, her apartment is like loaded with stuff. So she's listening right now as we talk about her behind her back. So say whatever about her. No, I'm kidding.
May the fairies help you pack.
Or unpack. Or
that means may they replace everything, misplace everything. That's what he meant to say.
No, not misplace everything.
I
know that's what they
hear you, Lord.
Yes. Her microphone's still on.
Hey, I want her to go through the boxes because she's going to be doing raffles and giving away goodies. So let's help her get it done.
Yeah, definitely. She gave away a nice carnelian that Katie's husband won in California. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you
that thing was beautiful.
Yeah. Did you mail that out, Allie?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it was huge. It was like this carnelian that was like, I don't know, about that big or so.
Well, congratulations to the two of you finding each other.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. really, really happy. Somebody was noticing how giddy I was. I was looking at the comments on there. Someone was saying Greg's giddy because he's in love. Well, it's true. I am. So yeah. Anyway.
Me too.
Oh.
So on that note of being in love, I wish all of you to find your twin flame, whether it's here or on the other side of the veil, to make that connection with one another. Everyone should feel that love at some point in their life. And you will have that love once again on the other side of the veil. So I just want to remind everyone, if you want cool shirts like this, check them out at in5d.net. Check us out at patreon.com.
Yeah, I went on there. I didn't find no 3X.
I have one 3X there. That's it.
What color is it?
I don't know. I'm ordering more.
I'll go back
3X.
on there and look. I'm
ordering more 3Xs though, so they're just hard to find and it takes a while to get, especially now. So, but I will have more there. Join us on In5D, or I'm sorry, patreon.com/In5D, where you can get notified of chats like this first before everyone else. And on that note, I just want to send you guys all infinite love and light. I love you guys so much, because you guys are what make this what it is, and it wouldn't be the same without you. And I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. So sending you all infinite love and light. My love goes out to all of you. I'm Gregg.
Hey, feel free to friend me on Facebook, everyone, if you guys want to.
Kid shirts. You need kid shirts.
Yes. I do.
Good night.
Have a nice evening, everyone.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Blessings and light.
Bye-bye.
Love and light, y'all.
Bye.